What up, Bulls Nation? Peck here. We got a live CHGO Bulls postgame coming up for y'all right around the corner to break down this 132-92 Bulls loss to the Pistons of Detroit. Y'all excited for that play-in tournament we heard AK talking about on Thursday? We'll break it down next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls Postgame, coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck, Bulls _ Peck. That's Big Dave. Bow. BAWL Sports.
Let's go.
Will Perdue. We call him Uncle Will, 4-time champ. Will _ Perdue 32.
DJ Will Perdue.
Rocking them Shady Rays. The hood is up.
DJ Will Perdue.
Queen of the controls.
He out there spinning.
The one and only Katie Duffy. What up, Katie?
Oh, my God.
Oh, we've gone into a dark place. Look at Will Perdue. Unabomber Perdue. What's going on? What's happening? Oh, Serenity now?
Is that the look you're going to rock when you knock on AK's door, hopefully soon, and say, what the heck is going on?
Hello?
Uncle Will is the one who knocks.
I know you're in there.
Yo, this game.
Oh,
This game. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Thank y'all for joining us, Bulls Nation, after that one.
Oh, good
Hit the
stuff.
like button if you're hanging out with us on YouTube. Throw us your comments, your thoughts on this game tonight. Throw us a super chat if you're feeling generous.
Toss it.
We didn't do that.
We didn't do it.
we just sat here and watched it with y'all.
That's it.
Good God. Dave,
Yeah.
what is your initial reaction after watching a game like that?
Oh, ass. Like the team is ass.
But ass can be a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? What was going down? I laughed a lot in that first half watching this game. 71-29 at the half tells you everything you pretty much need to know. When we were talking about this, I knew that I predicted that they would be losing both of these games. I thought one would be a blowout, but damn, like that was a slap and a backhand and a Katie slap from downtown, like just in your face. Like it was tough. That was tough work right there. And yeah, the Bulls, they look bad out there. And I don't know if it was so much as the Bulls looking truly bad or if it was the Pistons just completely on fire.
Pistons were cooking.
I will give all the credit in the world to the Pistons and how they played the Bulls defensively. They were doing some awesome things out there on defense, and they understood relentlessness. They continue to pound them and keep going at that team. When they were down by like 30, they're still meeting up in the middle of the court, talking and having a conversation while the Bulls and Billy Donovan are figuring out who needs to be out there on the floor. By the way, Kevin Huerter played more minutes than Matas Buzelis. Okay. But figuring out who needs to be there on the floor, there's Briscoe already played it with 19 minutes. Yeah, crazy. He should have played more. We'll get into that for sure. But Pistons really put it on them from the three-point line. The Bulls in that second quarter was a beautiful exercise in futility because they could not score at all. The Pistons went on a 19-0 run for 6.5 minutes, excuse me. And the Bulls shot 4% from the three-point line at the half. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. Oh, my God. When you're that kind of trash, that's all I can say is that is real, true brilliance out there. But Detroit, I'm going to tip my cap to them, man, because they really were just killing the Bulls, dog. Killing them. Will Perdue, you're back. Good to see you. There was a guy sitting there. I mean, he was a DJ. Like, he was tripping, dog.
Alter ego.
Oh, DJ Will Perdue.
Katie, can you roll that back? There's one of the comments I want to.
I think I know the one you're talking about, and I think we should just not. talk about that one.
No, I don't think you do.
Okay, which one is it?
Which one are you talking about?
We'll roll it back and I'll tell you. Because I wanted to talk about something.
All right.
Was it Tom saying anyone in attendance tonight should have gotten a
No,
refund
so
and a
it's-
free shirt from
hold
the
on,
team
stop.
store?
It's Bulls all day. Okay, roll back to keep going. It's the one right before that one. Here we go. You wanted to watch games like this. You asked for a team to save their draft pick. Now we got it. Now,
Who's
Yeah.
crying? Yeah, nobody. This is-
Bulls all day.
I got no problems.
yeah, who's saying?
I want to say something about this, okay?
Go ahead, Will. 4 rings.
So I'm very fortunate to play on a really lot of good teams.
Yes, you do. Yes.
But at the same time, I played on a team that went 20-62. 20.
Mm-hmm.
Worse
Okay.
than this Bulls team, who already have 20
That's
plus
correct.
wins.
Mm.
Good for them.
But here's the thing. I remember, so what we'll do tonight is we'll tell a lot of stories. So I remember exactly where all this went down. So we've lost David Robinson, Sean Elliott,
He's good.
Chuck Person,
Pretty good.
Charles Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Charles Smith there. Wow.
yeah, I think that trade had already been made for
Okay.
JR. I'm not 100% positive, but I
Okay.
think so. I mean, we basically lost 4 out of our 5 starters. Okay. And they didn't play the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I remember looking out there. And so let me back up. We were in Phoenix, Arizona. We had lost the night before.
Okay.
I forgot where we were the night before. Get into the hotel late as we're getting off the bus. Bob Hill was the coach when we got into Phoenix.
Shout out.
Was still the coach. They just said bus tomorrow at 10 a.m. Okay. We get on the bus the next day, get up, have breakfast, get on the bus about 9:50, right? Sitting on the bus, 10, 10:05, 10:10, not a single coach on the bus. 10:15, all of a sudden here comes Pop walking out with the coaches. No Bob Hill. Gets on the bus, says, unfortunately, I had to let Bob go. We'll talk more when we get to the arena. Boom, sits down in the front seat, and everybody's like, what the? We go over to the arena. We meet in the locker room for Pop to talk to us, and Pop says, listen, I don't care how many freaking people go down with injuries. The effort that's been put forth and that attitude and the culture, can't have it. From this point forward, this is going to change. Okay? There's no security blanket. There's nothing going on here. And this is how things are going to work. We're going to strip the playbook down to 5 plays. When you guys can master those 5 plays, we'll put a 6th play in. And when you can master those 6 plays, we'll put a 7th play in. I'm going to try to eliminate as many excuses as possible. This isn't about wins and losses. This is about effort. Okay? And my point is that I remember from the rest of the year on, and at times that year, and this is early in the season. This isn't like after All-Star break, you know. I just remember from that point on, because of the respect that the players had for Pop and the line that was drawn in the sand by Pop, I never once, we got our ass handed to us a lot, but I remember always looking in the locker room, looking around and seeing more CBA guys than NBA guys, but also knowing that those guys played their asses off tonight. Still lost, but they played their asses off tonight. And Pop was, on one hand, was very complimentary because of how hard we played. But he kept talking about we still got to continue to work harder. We got to be better. We got to make fewer mistakes. And mostly he was talking about on the defensive end. But this thing that bothers me about this loss tonight is that, yeah, hey, we lost. All right. But this, it doesn't add up, okay? You had 3 days since the last game. Am I wrong? But wasn't the last game Golden State?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was.
Saturday.
And I guarantee you had Sunday off.
For sure.
Practiced somewhat on Monday. And then had shoot around today and a game. So, yeah, you're at that point of the season where you're constantly tired, but who's not? Wasn't like Detroit woke up this morning and was like, whoa, I feel like I've only played 3 games this year. My legs are fresh. Everybody's facing the same thing.
But, okay, I hear you. I think what's different or what's tonight's loss about? Tonight's loss is about the fact that from this core that AK built, he has now finally, long overdue, traded away 3 of his most valuable players in Caruso, DeMar, and then just last week, Zach LaVine.
No first-round picks.
One of your other actual good players, who is thankfully healthy again, Lonzo Ball, sat tonight.
He did. Illness.
Your other franchise cornerstone piece, Nikola Vucevic, we talked about in pregame, has looked for the last handful of games leading up to and now immediately following the trade deadline where he thought and was probably hoping to get moved to a contender is still here. And tonight, before, unfortunately, he rolled his ankle, he came back. Hopefully we will get a positive update on his health post-game from Billy. But he played 25 minutes, was 4 of 14, gave you 8 and 7. The 5 players that defined what this Bulls team was for the better part of the last, several seasons, or at least from AK's planning vantage point. I know Lonzo missed a big gap of it, but this season, Lonzo's back, and Lonzo contributes to winning. So 5 important pieces are gone. What do you expect to happen? This is called rebuilding. I don't care that AK's afraid to say the word like it's Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. This team is bad. It should be bad because you need to add young talent to it to hopefully sometime down the road be less bad. That's what a rebuild is.
There you go.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
I get the whole prepared to play thing, Will. I get the effort, and the Bulls gave very little effort in this game tonight. I will agree with you there. But Billy prioritized his first half rotation, 2 guys who got here last Tuesday getting significant minutes.
No, and that's okay.
What do you expect it to look like? It was bad chaos.
But they're not 40. Was it 40? Was that the final?
They lost by 40 and trailed by as many as 49.
They're not, but I know they're bad, but they're not that bad.
on certain nights, they can be. I think that's
Will Perdue.
I think that's the point.
When they don't shoot well, yes. But
they were 0 of 20 from 3 to start the game.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is that regardless of how bad you think this team is, you got to play harder. There's a respect for the game factor. And I'm not saying they didn't have it, but remember we keep every year we keep having this conversation about how things don't add up. Do I think am I sitting here saying this is a good team? Absolutely not.
No, you're not.
But things just don't add up.
Yeah,
okay?
The meaning is what you mean.
But it's more than just the effort. It's just there's too much individual talent for you to lose by 40 to the Pistons.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
And I understand this team is obviously looking ahead, and Thursday can't get here soon enough. But I'm just talking about from the aspect of a former player. When you watch a game like that, you just watch and you're just like, wow, this is like, it hurts because it doesn't make a lot of sense.
But Will, you heard me at halftime apologize to you.
Yeah.
Because I understand everything you're saying. I get, because you played and you bled and you sweat for these teams that were good basketball teams. But, you gave parts of your life out there on the floor to ensure, obviously, and you were well rewarded as far as championships are concerned. But you were a guy that was effort. You know what I mean? Like, you understand what it is. And you taught people like me what it's supposed to look like out there on the floor. Win or lose. That's how you're supposed to play the game.
Right.
So that's why I was apologizing to you to sit there and watch that, was because when you're 71-29, effort is a part of why you're down 71-29. You can miss all the shots in the world, and they did miss all the shots in the world.
It's not even that.
Effort's a part of that, though.
But then, Matt, what was it? And take the second half against Golden State and the first half against...
Surrendered 77 to the Warriors Saturday, 71 in the first half tonight, 148 combined points surrendered in the 4 quarters spanning Saturday and tonight.
Yee!
But
Look like somebody hit Will right now.
But that's the whole thing is I'm just like, okay, what did he see after the trade deadline to talk about play-in and playoffs?
30 games, Will.
I think everyone's asking that question.
Yeah.
We got to take our first break right there. Plenty more to get to. Thoughts on tonight's game and what this team is. Keep throwing us your comments and questions. We'll get to them as many as we can. Hit that like button while we share some ads. Do it for Katie. Do it for yourselves after watching that. Good Lord.
Real.
Here's some ads.
Sorry for yourself.
Postgame tonight brought to you by Circus Sportsbook.
Mm-hmm.
Football is over.
It is.
That's sad. It's okay. We can all move on from it.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, Eagles, I guess. That doesn't mean
Don't let them get into it. Keep going.
that doesn't mean that we can't still be here betting on some basketball action.
Yeah.
Dave, you got some bets in today.
I did. 0 for 3.
If Matas had played more than 19 minutes, you would have been looking pretty.
Oh.
Would have been looking pretty, but that's okay. You can always try again tomorrow. Whether it's pro or college, the app to bet basketball is Circus Sports Illinois. How'd Vandy do, Will? They pull out the dub?
No, they did not.
But gave Auburn a good fight after going down big.
They went down. Auburn started out 13-0, and then at one point Vanderbilt took a 3-point lead in the second half.
You could have been making money on those spreads, y'all, on Circa. Circus Sports Illinois has high betting limits, low holds, and exceptional customer service featuring real human beings. Bet on all your favorite teams in every game this season. Spreads, props, futures, in-game betting. Circus Sports has it all. Fun to bet like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Must be 21 and older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Oh, let me pull them out, baby.
Pull
Here they
them
go.
out, pull them
pop,
out.
pop.
Pop, pop.
Turn them up. Take a look. Oh, yes. Just looking into the future. Oh,
Do the Bulls lose by 40 tomorrow, Dave?
50. Looks like it might be tomorrow. That's another loss. But what I do see is a bunch of chilling from the CHGO Bulls crew in this weekend.
Hey.
That's what I see. Bunch of chilling. I see some beaches out there from a young lady with glasses, too.
Yeah, let's
that
go.
as well. What's going on out there? All right. Everybody's chilling. Tell me what you see, Will. Go ahead. Get a hit of that. That's them right on optics right there, ladies and gentlemen. That he's taking a look out of. Go ahead. I'm going to read this while you take a look. No matter what outdoor activities you prefer, it's always important to have the best view. Right on Optics offers a full range of optics products so you can see clearly. Everybody can use a great pair of binoculars, and everybody can use some from Right On Optics. Right On offers higher performance at a lower price, the perfect balance of performance and value. They will not break the bank. Right On has been around for over a decade. Drink it in, Will. Get all of this in your face right here. Every product receives full quality control inspection. The Right On Price Promise, or the Right On Promise, unlimited lifetime warranty. It not only covers defects, but it also covers accidental damage from drops. Just like that. Accidental damages are covered like that, ladies and gentlemen. It's amazing. I love Right On Optics. They are the best. Oh, so get a better look at everything with Right On Optics. Go ahead and check out the full line of Right On products today at rightonoptics.com /CHGO. That's RITON optics.com/CHGO. Right On Optics. I see you. And yes, those binoculars still intact.
Still fine.
Still intact.
I like the poll that Katie just put up in the comments. Everybody in the comments, make sure you cast your vote. What emotion are you currently experiencing? Happiness, anger, sadness? Hit the like.
Mm-hmm.
I voted hit the like.
You're not allowed to vote unless you hit the like.
This is true. Speaking of which, I'm sure there's some Bulls fans out there who might be maybe looking for a tankathon spin tonight.
Oh,
after that result.
I think they
You
might
know
have
how
earned
you
it.
get to tankathon.
You know how
spins,
you
y'all.
get there, don't you?
It's by hitting the like button.
You better hit that like button.
Where
She will hold it
where are you setting the
hostage.
threshold for tonight, Katie, for tankathon
At
spin?
the very minimum, it's 100, and that feels weak.
Oh, that feels very.
That
We
feels
got over
weak.
300 watching. That's terrible.
I know,
300
but
y'all watching, we ain't hit 100.
Look, I'm going to be so real with you right now. I don't believe in them because we're only at
Wow.
70, and that's pathetic.
Wow.
Okay, you don't believe in them, Katie. Here's a different question. Do you believe in the 9 to 10 very good players that AK has on his roster?
You know what I believe in even more than that? It's using the next 30 games
Next 30
to
games.
evaluate
give it to
that.
me.
Hey.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yes.
He's only got 28 left, guys.
He does. He's running out.
Only got 28
He's
left.
running out, guys.
What have we learned in the last two?
Oh, that we're trash. Oh, yes.
Is it really 28?
28.
28 to go,
Okay.
Will.
28, Will
Thank
Perdue.
the almighty Lord.
But luckily, there's even one tomorrow, so we're going to really keep this train going, baby. We're going to keep it moving out here. Can I yell at Billy Donovan for a second?
Please do.
Because, like I said, when people lose, everybody gets a fair share of stuff like this.
Hold on real quick before you yell about Billy Donovan. I just saw this quote from Billy pregame. Goat's got a bunch of good stuff, but here's a quick one from Billy. Coaching, playing, everything, it was just bad.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Billy. Wonderful segue, Peck. That is exactly how it happens. Everybody gets the blame in this. We yelled at AK. We yelled at the players. We tipped our cap to Detroit. Will talked about effort from these guys and things like that. The coaching. Look, it's the only thing I'm tripping on. First of all, the only 2 players in double figures. Let's shout out to that. But Matas Buzelis. We sat on here in pregame and talked about we needs more minutes. He's got to play more minutes. I don't care what's going on the floor. He needs to be out there on the floor. So, Matas Buzelis tonight, 19 minutes. Here's the minutes from your other starters. 20 for Ayo Dosunmu, 25 for Vooch, 27 for Kobe White, and 22 from Josh Giddey. The only one in double figures was Josh Giddey and Matas Buzelis. The dude who played the least amount of minutes from your starters led the team in scoring.
With 12.
With 12. Ridiculous. But with 12. Josh Giddey had 11. That means Ayo didn't hit double figures. That means Vooch, again, didn't hit double figures.
8 and
that
7.
means Kobe, 2 of 13 shooting from Kobe White. Did not hit double figures at all.
Goodbye to that streak of 5 games with 20 plus.
Yeah, I told you not to bet on it. I was like, yeah, I'm not betting on that. Break that. Shout out. But there is an issue when I see Kevin Huerter has more minutes than Matas Buzelis. That's an issue for me. He should not have more minutes than Matas Buzelis. Trey Jones had 15. Patrick Williams had the same, basically, if we're going by the seconds, he played more. 19 minutes and 40 seconds for Patrick, 19:04 for Matas Buzelis. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
How'd Pat do tonight, Dave?
Girl.
Was he 2 of 8 for 5 points?
5 points, 3 rebounds.
3 big boards.
No assists, no steals, no blocks. 2 of 8 from the field. Up -23. Let's go. But he played more than Matas Buzelis out there. I don't get that. I will never understand that. I understand it was a beatdown. I get it was an ass whooping. But in those instances, that's why I want to see the young guys. That's why I want to see the rookie out there on the floor getting more time to figure out what's going on. This won't be his last ass whooping. This won't be his last beatdown for Matas Buzelis. I need him to get into that. Matt, when we were watching it earlier, when we watched one of the Thompson twins put his shoulder up into Matas Buzelis and send him into the stands and dunked on him, the first thing I said was, yes, thank you.
Good.
I'm glad he's going through this. And the next thing I said was, this is why he should have been playing since October. This is why we could have been getting this out of his system by this point in time, because this is what I wanted him to go through as a rookie. Other players are better than you, and you need to figure that out, and I need you to go through that. This is when Will talked about hitting the wall in pregame. He could have smacked that wall in the face in December because he could have been out there playing more and more, dealing with these kind of things, man. Let him get this kind of work. It does not help your team, and it does not help Matas Buzelis to be leading your team in scoring, but also playing less minutes than any starter that you had out there on the floor. That is a problem to me. It needs to be corrected. I don't want to see that tomorrow.
So a couple of people in the comments chiming in on that thought, and then, Will, I want your thoughts on it. Fantasy Cast Podcast saying, I agree with Uncle Will. You're trying to lose, but you are also trying to teach the young guys how to play hard, even when you're getting your you-know-what beat. But then I think our guy Rob had a comment saying, what is Billy protecting Matas from? The kid wants a piece of the Pistons, and most of the Bulls players didn't show that. So both sides of the coin there. Like, yeah, it's an ugly game. Yeah, you're getting worked, but throw Matas out there. Let him get beat up, as Dave was saying. Let him learn. Let him make mistakes. But Will, some point towards the end there when we were saying, my God, Matas is literally going to be shy of 20 minutes, I believe you said he doesn't need to be out there. Were you saying that because in a game like this, he doesn't need to be out there because what's to gain from it?
Yeah, and because when we were chatting, it was in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
I think
it was a fourth. It was a fourth.
What was the lineup at that point?
Trash. I believe THT.
Collins got thrown out there for some garbage time minutes.
Julian Phillips.
Phillips was out there.
Javon Carter.
Yeah.
Dalen Terry. And Carter went out, and then who's the point guard?
Trey Jones.
Trey
Jones. Who?
He, you guys were like, why isn't Matas? At that point, we know Matas is part of the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and that game's already out of reach.
Yeah.
And because of how the mentality has changed, is how you look at things.
Mm-hmm.
Matas doesn't need to be in there in that situation because
in that fourth quarter whooping.
Yeah, it can get a little careless, a little sloppy,
mm-hmm.
and you'd hate to see something stupid happen.
Good point.
So, and you're coming right back and playing this same team again tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's.
So he gets 30 minutes tomorrow?
He should.
He should have got it tonight.
Maybe in a game this gross, Billy was trying to say, all right, I'm going to measure my starters' minutes. Matas included in that group of starters now because we got to play this team again tomorrow.
But dude, everybody got more minutes than him. That's the problem.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's the issue for me, dog. Like, I took away your whole point. Go ahead, Will.
No, you're right.
Go ahead.
I mean, I was going to ask, what were Vooch's numbers? Because remember we talked about in the pregame about this.
8 points and 7 boards. I believe he was 4 of 15 from the field.
Oh, yuck. 0 of 5 from 3, by the way.
He's checked out. This is why I didn't believe Joe Cowley when he joined us on Thursday and said, well, the Bulls' logic is they can get more for Vooch on the trade market this summer.
Right.
I said, not if he plays like he doesn't want to be here for the last 3 months.
Correct, dog. Correct. Oh, my God. They've made mistakes. Oh, man. But, Dave, we need to evaluate what we have in Herder.
But the thing is, it's like compound interest. It keeps happening.
Yes, correct. It keeps going down for them, man. And I'm not saying there are ways to stop it of what's going on, Will, but there are ways to combat it. And there are ways to fight against it. And one of them is putting Matas Buzelis out there on the floor. The other part, which was hilarious to me, was I couldn't see younger guys get out there on the floor because of the trades that you made. So Zach Collins this is his first game. So I understand he had to get out there and play. Kevin Herter, as you just hilariously mentioned, has to get out there and play. Trey Jones, you want to see him get out there and play. So when you got to watch veterans get acclimated to your team who you don't even know if they'll be here, but you've got to get out there and let them play to get acclimated to your squad, that takes away from those guys like E.J. Liddell, who I think should be filling in some of those spots. And that takes away from guys like Sanogo, who maybe have earned a chance to get up here and play, with the big boys. So I don't understand how it's helping anything. I get it from a logic standpoint of, we just got these new guys. They need to figure out what we're doing out here. They need to understand what's going on in these things. But from a standpoint of building, if you know you're not using these tools, if you know you're not using these bricks, but you're sitting here trying to figure out if they fit or not, is an exercise in futility and a ridiculous exercise in a use of things that are not logical. It doesn't make sense to continue to use that if you're not going to keep that. So why guys are playing more than guys that are here for your future is confusing to me, man. And I've been confused and on edge ever since that trade deadline because I don't understand any of the logic that's happening, and I need somebody to explain it to me. Hopefully GOAT can do those things for me that way. We'll see.
I mean, you're talking about building, right?
Yeah.
What exactly are they building?
Mm-hmm.
A game like tonight, and shout out to our guy Eli from Bleacher Nation Bulls because he pulled this up and, screenshotted the quote that I'm sure he had from one of his write-ups of what AK was talking about with his building plan. And I think this was actually in the follow-up interview he did with Casey Johnson after the press conference.
Okay.
AK, quote, I don't like that word, me personally. I like transition for the organization.
Wait, back up. What word? Didn't you
Rebuild.
Thank you.
Transition, he continued. And I think a full rebuild, he said the word, a full rebuild is an overused word. I think in terms of construction of our team, we have so many young players, but those young players have 6, 5, 4 years under their belt.
Oh,
They're pretty experienced players. So I would stay away from that. That being rebuild or even using the word.
I like how he went 6'5'4". That's not how math works.
I
We're
mean,
getting older.
do you see any logic in this quote-unquote roster building that he's doing, Will? Because I'm having a hard time figuring it out.
Well, we got a lot of guards.
6 of them things.
Billy loves guards.
6-point guards.
We got to take our second break right there. We will come back and spend the remainder of tonight's show talking about whatever you want to talk about, Bulls Nation. What's on your mind? What are you happy about? What are you sad about? How many guards do you think the Bulls should have on their roster? Let's break it down together next. Hit the like for crying out loud if you want to take a thought spin.
Oh, man.
Here's some ads.
Help!
Ray!
Help! Give me a car. It's the only thing that's going to help me be happy is getting the car from my guy at Ray Chevy. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Auto show deals are going on right now at Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake. That means the latest vehicles you've been looking at or looking for are now priced with huge auto show savings.
Ooh.
Yeah, Will. Like $11,000 off MSRP on new Chevy models. Or check out their selection of over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000. With one of Chicagoland's largest Chevy inventories, you're sure to find the perfect vehicle for you. And as one of the top-selling Chevy dealers in the Midwest, they're able to keep their prices competitive, so you know you'll get a great deal. Plus, Ray's Price Promise lets you shop confidently because a guarantee of no add-ons, no hidden fees, and no gimmicks ever means the price that you see is the price that you're gonna pay. You don't have to worry about price changing, stressful negotiating, or any kind of those tricks or woozies or wazies. Oh, I hate the woozies or wazies. The people at Ray Chevrolet just want to help you get into the right vehicle at the right price. That's it. So go see it for yourself. Visit our partner this February at their convenient location right on Route 12 in Fox Lake. And don't miss out on their auto show sales event going on all month long. Mm-hmm. Be the star of the show and take $11,000 off MSRP by shopping Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake or raychevrolet.com, because they've been serving that community since 1963. Together, let's drive. Beep, beep.
The Bulls car horn equivalent tonight is those really weird European ambulances, or it's not the sirens.
Yeah. Or it could be the sound that Katie likes.
Yeah, there you go. Foghorn.
So I toss it up. Shit, knock it down.
Yeah, shit, knock it down. Post game tonight also brought to you by Lucy Nicotine. Are you maybe thinking about leveling up your nicotine routine? You got to give Lucy a try. I am a user. I am a believer. Lucy's 100% pure nicotine, always tobacco-free. Lucy Breakers, the ones I'm holding in my hand right here, are nicotine pouches with an extra surprise. Each pouch holds a little capsule that can be broken open to release an extra burst of flavor and hydration. Set yourself up with a subscription and have Lucy delivered straight to your door like these were to my door just the other day. They got a bunch of different great flavors to choose from. They got classics, spearmint, wintergreen, all those peppermints. This one, apple ice, is my personal favorite. Also check out berry citrus. They've got a great espresso flavor for those of you who like a little coffee taste. They also come in not just the breakers, but regular pouches without the breakers, and the gum for those of you who prefer the gum good old-fashioned way for your nicotine fix.
Yeah.
They also come in different strengths as far as milligrams of nicotine per pouch, per breaker, per gum on the twos, 2, 4, 8, and 12, I believe. So wherever you are in your nicotine usage, they got something perfect for exactly what you're looking for.
Yes.
Let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/CHGO and use promo code CHGO2025 to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Again, that's lucy.co, promo code CHGO2025 to get 20% off. Level up with Lucy.
Get loose.
We roll along here, CHGO Bulls postgame. And Bulls Nation, do we have a treat for y'all?
Rolling.
We've got locker room sound, courtesy of Will to Go Gottlieb.
Nice.
I heard
now
the
we're
rawhide.
talking.
I did hear the rawhide. Shout out Belushi and Aykroyd.
He called it.
This is Josh Giddey talking in the Bulls locker room after tonight's loss about a few things, including the fact that he and his teammates, yes, they did hear the boo birds raining down from Bulls faithful at the United Center. Katie, if you will.
Thank you, Bill.
Lack of shot making in that first half. I think we went 0 for 20-something to start the game from 3, but I think it was the response to the misses. We didn't get back. We didn't get stops. They were getting whatever they wanted offensively. I mean, they got hard and made shots, but I think our resistance, our effort, our will to compete down that end of the floor in the first half just wasn't there at all. I thought third quarter, fourth quarter was a little bit better, but it just, the first half, we let the misses affect how we defended and how we guarded them, and we dug ourselves a big hole, and we just were playing from behind all night. And it's one of them nights where you've kind of got to put it in the rear view quickly and learn from it. But we've got a great opportunity to come back tomorrow night, same team, and we'll be ready to go from the jump tomorrow.
This crowd doesn't often boo, but did you guys hear the boos from them?
You heard it. We heard it. Everyone hears it. Obviously, we hate that, and every time we come out on this floor, these fans show up and show out. So we've got to. It's our responsibility as players to give them something to cheer for, and tonight we probably deserve that. We didn't give them anything to cheer for. We were down 40 in the first half, and that's not acceptable. And we believe in everybody in this locker room. We believe we've got what it takes to win games against anybody in the league, and we've shown that we can compete with anybody. And it just has to be a consistent thing for us, and we have to be able to put 4 quarters of good basketball together. And I truly do believe that we have enough talent in this locker room to compete with anybody in the league. And obviously tonight we didn't do that, and the crowd was rightfully upset. And as I said, that we've got an opportunity in 24 hours to come back here tomorrow night and give them something to cheer about. So I'm confident in this group that we'll bounce back and be ready to go from tomorrow.
That's Josh Giddey in the Bulls locker room tonight following the loss. Shout out to GOAT for getting that footage. Look, I got to give some credit and respect to Josh Giddey for calling a spade like that.
Sure.
Yeah, we heard the boos.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all heard the boos. And he said they were right in their booing.
Yeah, they were.
And he credited Bulls fans for continuing to show up this season. And he also said, we want to be able to prove we can go out there on any given night and compete with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't think where the roster is now he's accurate about that, but I don't fault him for saying that or even for believing that, because he's one of those 15.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely one of those 15 guys, man. But most importantly is the fact that man, the GOAT, is in the locker room getting that sound. Wouldn't it be great if GOAT was here to tell us what he was really feeling? Oh my God, my hand is doing like this. Katie, can you do something? Can you backhand him across the face with us over one time, please?
That's where he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Joining us on the heels of that sound and vid he got of Josh Giddey from the locker room, it's the one and only GOAT himself. Will to Go Gottlieb, the perfectly coiffed. Follow him for his Bulls reporting. Will_Gottlieb. Read his stuff, allchgo.com. GOAT, I'm just gonna toss it right to you, buddy. What's your headline tonight?
That was just like it. I don't know. It just, I feel like it didn't have to be this way, Like this was a bad loss, and it's the start of, I think, what's going to be a rough 28 more games that they have this season, and probably a rough 82 next year, because this team is just so far away from being like competitive at a very high level. And like Billy at one point after in his post game was just like, I don't know what else to say. Like, we played terribly. We didn't shoot the ball well. We let it affect us. And like, there's all these different like excuses or reasons you can give for why the team played poorly tonight. And I'm sure a lot of them are true. But the one that he expressed the most was like, their physicality was like overwhelming to us. Like they were just way more physical than the Bulls were tonight. And like, to me, I just don't know. is that like a thing that you can improve? Like can you learn how to be more physical, or are you just physical and you like that's just who you are? Like to me, that's a roster thing, and it's not. I don't know how much like more physical, these guys. Not to say that they're like weak or anything like that. It was a bad game, and those happen. But I just think that to me, it spoke more to the roster and how far away they are from competing at a high level. And like I just feel like they could have started this rebuild 2 years ago, and they wouldn't be here right now because they could have just gotten ahead of this. And that's the like confusing part to me is they hung on for so long, and now they are having to take their medicine, and it feels like it didn't need to be this way.
Go ahead, Will.
What do you want me to ask him?
Whatever you feel.
Whatever's
No, you don't
on
have to
your
ask
mind.
anything. You can just say things if you want to.
No, I agree with what he said 100%. It didn't have to be this way. What I found was, and I was curious if the same thing happened to you, Julia said like 4 or 5 times that people kept leaning over going, what exactly are you writing about? Did anybody ask you that tonight when you were taking notes during the game?
No, but the people next to me were like trying to look up, what's the worst loss in franchise history? What's the worst loss in NBA history? Because it just was that way from the jump. I mean, they just did not start the game well. Obviously, 1 of 23 from 3 in the first half, and they were down by 40 before halftime. I mean, it was a terrible game, and I think one thing that was interesting to me is it's very easy, I think, and Giddey even said this, like to just, okay, yeah, it happened. Like you got to throw it in the bin and like get ready for the game tomorrow. And luckily for them, they've got the Pistons again tomorrow, so they have a chance to make up for this. But Billy was saying like, we have to own this. I mean, this is, you don't just get to like write everything off if it doesn't go the way you want. You have to like learn from what is happening here, learn from the mistakes, and how do you correct them so that this doesn't happen again. And like I said, I think they're entering now a phase where they are going to have some bad losses like this, and that's going to be just the reality. And I don't know how much they can like game to game just like be more physical, like I said. But I do think that it's good to take accountability for the way that you play, and maybe they shoot a little bit better next first half, and this isn't the case, but they do at some point need to like not just run and hide from or disregard these kinds of losses, but study them so that they can figure out how to be winning players eventually. And I think that's kind of the message that Billy was giving pregame is like, yes, we want to develop guys. We want our young players to play, but they can't just like be out there. They have to be, there has to be like an urgency, he was saying, with how they're playing. They have to like try to be winning games. They can't just like go out there with no goal or no agenda. It's like they have to be building towards something. And for this team that is winning, I don't think that they are sitting here saying like, we're trying to make the playoffs this year necessarily. I think they'd be like, okay with it if it turned out that way because the young players played well. But the point I think with all of this, and even with what Arturas was saying at his deadline availability, was like, we have to get these guys playing a certain style of basketball where they are responsible for the way that they play out there. It can't just be rolling the ball out. And I think that's a good thing. But to me, it speaks back to the roster issue and how far away I think they are from actually being able to compete at a high level. But these are games where they can learn how to do some of that on the way.
Will, can you talk to us about what the feeling of the fans were in the UC? Because we could definitely hear some Bulls creeping through while we were sitting there watching the game. The sarcasm of the cheer when they finally scored after 6 minutes of not scoring in that second quarter. What was that vibe that you yourself were kind of picking up while you were at the UC? And please be concise because Joey Spathis is in the chat.
Chatty Spathis.
Spathis is here.
I mean, you definitely heard the boos. This was the worst loss that I've seen. I think it's like the 14th worst loss in franchise history, worst loss of the season. So you definitely feel that. But I think this is what comes along with what everybody has been asking for, which is a rebuild. There are going to be games like this. It's not fun to watch, and I don't think every game needs to be this way, but that's the nature of it. When you are not putting a team out there that is capable of winning at a high level, you're going to get beaten pretty badly on some nights. And those are the pains that go along with this rebuilding process. So I get the frustration, and I understand it wasn't like an entertaining game. And I understand that the Bulls just kind of rolled over, but this is what they need to do right now. They need to go through this so that they can come out the other side. And that's why I've been advocating for a rebuild for the last 2 years, because it felt like they could have started to go through this process sooner so that they would be done with it. And, the last thing I'll say on this is just like, people in the comments are always saying, when we're talking about rebuilding and draft picks and stuff like that, like tanking doesn't work. Look at the Pistons. Well, it's like Pistons look pretty damn good tonight. And they have a ton of good young talent. They're physical, they're long, they're athletic, and they're on the way up. And if the Bulls want to get there, this is what they have to go through.
Bars?
Yeah, but hold on a
I
second.
believe that's bars.
Got physical.
I'd say Oklahoma City looks pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of young talent on that team. A lot of young talent that came from the draft on that team.
They have picks that we didn't get.
So, but
And that's the importance of doing it the right way and not like going halfway in. And I think that I do believe that this team is like going to look different going into next year, and that these games can be valuable in terms of player development. But it's hard, I think, sometimes to look at a 40-point loss and say there's positives to take away from and build on here. And from a fan's perspective, I can totally understand that. But Billy's message was like, there's things that we need to do, that we need to learn from here and correct. And I think that is the development piece. Is like, how do you learn and grow from things when they're not going your way?
I am curious. I saw that you sent us some footage of Vooch in the locker room post-game tonight as well. Haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. But we were talking in pregame and then a little bit before you joined us about whether or not Vooch maybe hoping for a new location at that deadline that did not come to fruition, is a little frustrated, maybe feeling like he wants to check out a little bit. Maybe it's just that he's ready for the All-Star break. But another very disengaged game tonight from Vooch. You saw several times getting frustrated, whether it was the challenge that happened or a couple others. I'm curious what he had to say, because AK was talking about keeping Vooch around because of how important he is to this team.
Yeah, I think he's not going to admit this, but like I do think that he's probably feeling a little out of place here right now. I mean, the guys that he came in with, Caruso, DeMar, Zach, they're all gone. And he's the one that's kind of like the Will Smith looking around the room meme, where it's like, what's going on here? And I do think that like AK was right in the sense that like the way Vooch plays can help some of the younger players just by virtue of the fact that he's a very good passer and decision maker. He's a good screener. He can help some of those guys make life easier for them. And he kind of mentioned that too. But Billy was saying this pregame, like you have to just move on from it because there's no help coming. Like the trade deadline is passed. Like he is on the team for now, and that's what he's going to have to deal with and understand. And not to say that he's not doing that, but like this is the reality of the situation. You have to make the best of it. I think the best thing for him is to continue to play well so that he can get himself moved in the summer, in the final year of his contract, when hopefully there are more teams that are interested in his services.
Will, do you expect or have you heard anything about Lonzo and his illness? We know he usually sits out back-to-backs. So do you expect him to be on the floor tomorrow?
Yeah, Billy was saying like he was really sick and like really going through it. So I think the plan was to hold him out because, as you mentioned, he doesn't play back-to-backs. Hold him out in the first game so that, he'd be ready to go for the second. He didn't sound super optimistic about it, but he didn't say definitively whether Alonso will play. So we'll see tomorrow pregame when we speak to Billy again. But, it's last game before All-Star break. And with the season going the way that it is, like I wouldn't be rushing guys back from injury or illness. Like they've got to make sure that nobody gets hurt. And I think I was talking with Julia about this and she brought up a really good point. I think this was another like underrated good part of the Lonzo signing is that now he's got guaranteed money for next year. He doesn't have to worry about going out there and like playing 30 minutes a game for the rest of the year and being really under pressure to perform so that he can get his next contract. He's got that. And now he can be a little bit more judicious with the way that he plays and, just how much he's really putting on himself when obviously he wants to be playing out there, but there's like bigger things going on with the season itself.
Perdue, anything? Good?
I mean, Will, you're doing a great job. I appreciate you.
You too.
That's amazing.
I mean,
Sweater's amazing.
I can only imagine what you were thinking at halftime.
I was thinking, do I want to stay up here and watch, or do I want to get started on writing and go down to the
So, but I thought about this because, listen, I would have to say, I mean, you're doing a much better job at this point of answering or providing information that I would have just shut it down and been having a bourbon somewhere at this point.
I asked those super affordable United Center bourbons.
Yeah. Well, you never know what he sneaks in his little backpack there. You never know.
Hey, that's
the water. There we go. Looks like he went the
It's a clear
vodka or
liquid, I
gin
can tell
or
you that.
tequila route.
I was going to say Tito's, but okay. No, but was there one thing I always talk about is I love going to the games because it's just different. You know, you get a better feel, a better vibe. It's hard to kind of pick up those type of things when you watch on TV. But did what we see exactly match what you saw in the arena? What were the fans like? Was there no energy? Was it just like, did you watch the first 6 minutes like us and be like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to really say like what the experience was. Like, I was there, so I wasn't watching, and like understanding how that must have looked like for you guys. But yeah, it was pretty quiet in there. It was pretty bleak. The United Center it was pretty empty. Not to say that like there was no one there, but as far as the UC goes, like there's just not a lot of people that are interested, I think, in watching this team right now. And I think part of that is just because the messaging has been so unclear of like, what is this team doing and what are they trying to build? And so people are super excited about Matas anytime he gets a runway or anytime he gets the ball, they're excited about that. But I think they're frustrated with the direction of the team. I think they're frustrated with the outcome and the results. And certainly when they're down 40, they're going to let them know. So, I do think tomorrow, like it is nice that they have an opportunity to like come back from this, as they said. But yeah, I just feel like this is kind of what the rest of this year is going to be like, given I think where this team needs to go and what direction they've already started to steer.
Go. We appreciate the time, buddy. That's a tough one to head to the UC for. Shout out also, I saw Optimistic Bulls fan, one of our regulars, said, I was at that game tonight. I am sorry for you. I am sorry for you both and anyone else who made the trek to the madhouse for that. Bulls fans, read the GOAT stuff, allchgo.com. Become a diehard to read all of it and the very best of it. All of his great reporting and thoughts on what the Bulls are doing. Follow him at Will_Gottlieb. He is the perfectly coiffed back on that beat. We appreciate you, buddy. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Talk to you guys tomorrow.
Man,
quaffing out there.
Wow.
I want to, Will Perdue, do you have anything to add? Because I got Joey Spathis is in the chat. Is there anything you like to say to Joey Spathis?
Joey Spathis is
your
here.
First time actually getting a chance to say to him since he's not here like that no more.
Well, who is he?
You know what? We could just chalk this up to the fact that Will loves me so much that he forgot. That's what we're gonna say.
Former producer.
Purdue came on board.
Did all our shows
right around the same time that Katie's predecessor was walking out the door.
Oh, the guy that went to lunch with us?
Yeah.
The guy that
young Spathis.
The guy that got the freebie and left?
There it is. You hear that, Joe? Got a free dinner from Uncle Will and then booked it. I'm not the only one laying guilt trips on your ass.
Oh, man.
He's dead to me.
Yeah.
Damn. That's literally what Peck said. See,
I did say that.
Told you, Uncle.
Publicly on our show.
See, here's the
sometimes.
thing. I mean,
he's not really dead to me.
I knew his first name, but I didn't know his last name. So I should apologize.
Sure.
I should have known that.
Sure.
The guy that got lunch, says Joey in the comments.
That's how Will Perdue, you all right, Jim? Call him Joey the show Spathis.
It was actually dinner.
Yeah.
2.5 years for the guy that got lunch.
Joey Eaton Run is
Joey Eaton Run. Flip side.
Joey, bring that plaque back the next time you pop in the office for a visit.
We got to put another nickname on there, baby.
To the plaque store and add that nickname.
Joey Eaton Run.
Although, now that you bring that up, were we not having somewhat recently a conversation on this very show about dining and dashing? Will said that in his youth, he was guilty of doing such things.
He did say these
Whereas
things.
some of us thought that is an appalling, unforgivably mean thing to do.
By some of us, you mean you.
Well, yeah. Joey's not the one admitting to
I'm
dining.
not a fan of it either. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it either. Yeah. But, dude, that is white lightning.
What do they call that?
Good stuff.
Joey Irish goodbye Spathis?
Yeah.
hey, don't get me. I love a good Irish goodbye.
Yeah, Matt taught me about Irish goodbyes. I had no idea what that was.
I do. And wait, were we in Vegas?
Vegas, yes.
We were in Vegas, and I looked around. It was a night. It was, in the evening. We were all having a good time. Our duties were done for the day.
Yeah.
We were all, popping some beers back and looking. And I was like, "Where is Big Dave? Like, is he on a phone call? Like, I haven't seen him in like an hour or two." But it wasn't at a point in the evening where you were like, "Oh, he clearly went to bed because it's the time to go to bed." It was not that late.
No, it wasn't.
But so I just shoot Big Dave a text. I'm like, "Yo, you Irish goodbye?" And he was like, "Yeah,
I did."
And then, ... Not a fan.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
I didn't like it either because Big Dave left without me getting my goodnight hug. And I was like, "Yo, what the hell?"
Yeah, I usually say peace to everybody before I go, and I was like, "Let me try this out right now. Like, this is a good time to do it." And then I did it. And I was like, I don't know if this is me. I've done it before, but it was strangers around. But around people I know, I'm not comfortable.
You're different, Dave.
Thank you, Will. That is a fact and a compliment.
Joey said Joey pays for his meals. Can be my new
Joey pays for his meals. Joey pays for his meals. Shout out to
Joey
you,
pays for his meals, asterisk, unless I'm hanging out with Uncle Will. Uncle Will pays for my meals. Uncle Will pays for all my meals.
No, I will say this. He's a good dude.
He is.
I hope that he got actually a better job.
He's working hard, but I think he is enjoying it.
Yeah,
so
Joey
far.
emails, as he said it.
Joey emails.
Right,
and answering lots of emails.
Yes, correct.
But sometimes you have to ask yourself.
Massive.
You may be getting paid more, but are you actually enjoying your job as much as the previous one?
I don't think it was about the money for Joe either way.
Yeah.
I'm not to speak out of pocket, but we've had conversations about it.
We did.
And it was a big decision for him. It was a tough decision for him.
Yeah, it was tough. He didn't want to do it.
While he kind of, through connections and an internship, kind of fell into this production job at CHGO upon our inception, it's not what he went to school to study. It's not what his truest passion was. And an offer came around to pursue what his true passion really is.
That's
and
true.
so he weighed the decision, and he is still dead to me for making the decision that he did. But it's okay. It's okay because now Joey is no longer a colleague and a coworker, but just a dear friend. And we got Katie.
Yeah.
We're like doubly just super blessed.
Yeah, and honestly, do you know what I want more than anything?
Is it 200 likes?
It's likes.
I would like.
It's
Troll Joe.
likes.
Troll Joe still has all y'all thumbs. He takes them on his business trips.
It's a briefcase full of thumbs. Check this, please.
You got one free check bag. It's just thumbs.
Just thumbs.
Carry on. Also thumbs.
And they let it go because they see who it is. Oh, right this way, sir.
I don't want to talk to you.
Right.
You look like a scary troll. Please take your thumbs and board.
That's how he rolls, baby. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Troll.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to do that take-a-thon spin until we get to 200 likes. So while we're waiting for those 200 likes, let's shout out some super chats. Katie.
Wait, how many likes they at?
We're getting close.
166?
Oh yeah,
guys,
y'all better.
You better get to it. We want this. We deserve a take-a-thon spin. You just lost by 40 plus. We deserve a take-a-thon spin.
If any
send us out with some hope.
If any night was a take-a-thon
My
night,
God, don't y'all want it? Come on, baby, let's get it.
Want it? Need it?
Gotta have it.
All right. Can I see those super chats? There they are.
There they are.
Agent Michael Scard kicking us off. Our guy Herder, Pat, Vooch, Io, Giddy, Kobe all played more minutes than Matas. All had, and he had more points than all of them. Billy, I'm gonna get you two now.
That's all I'm saying, dog. Come on,
Fat Boy 123 with a $38 super chat.
Shout
saying,
out.
with the 4-guard lineup, the last thing we need is a disinterested Vooch. Stop playing players with low effort, chucking threes. It's just lazy basketball. Well, hey, the Bulls have been a top 10 3-point shooting team all season long. They had a bad night tonight.
That's true.
It's not about chucking threes. It's about effort.
I agree.
Caitlin Cox, our guy. $10 from Australia saying some games your tanking team will be fun bad. Some games your tanking team will be bad.
Yeah.
We've been lucky the last few losses were at least fun. I need a Big Dave hug after that. Yeah, see, that's why you're not allowed to Irish goodbye. Our guy Joey Young Spath is in the super chat saying, realistically though, this team is 2 pieces away from competing. One more point guard and one more role player.
That was worth the $4.99 right there.
Yes,
That's all we
need.
need. It's all we need, Will.
I told you.
We need our 10th point guard and our 15th role player.
Also, that lets me know how good Joey's doing. Toss your super chat out here today.
Oh, yeah.
And the $5 one. Shout out to him.
Joey Daddy Warbucks.
Oh, Joey Cash Money.
Reagan with a super chat, $4.99, saying, how many players even have good rising value? This whole AK is digging will take 5+ years for new management to climb out of when the time comes.
These are facts up in here, bro. That's exactly right. That's what terrifies me going forward is allowing the Bulls front office allowing this dude to continue to stay in this position is not going to pull you out of the hole, bro. He's going to dig even deeper and further and bigger. And it's just going to be even worse for the next person who comes in who's got to go clean that up, do all that first, and then get to the business of actual basketball that's going on the floor.
All right, let's
like, man, dude, like that's the frustrating part. You hit that one on the head, bro.
All right, I like Drewish's question.
Come on with it.
Let's end the show on Drewish's question.
Which is?
Where is it?
He was underneath
underneath the super chat.
There you go. I mean, is there any question?
Since you all won't hit the like and get us to 200 for a Tank spin, which is the best Die Hard movie?
Tank.
Hit the like while we discuss.
I got the answer for that, for sure.
Die Hard 1.
Also, Katie has not seen any Die Hard.
Also known as
Incorrect. I've seen the first 2.
Oh!
That was slander.
You saw the first
my
2?
God.
Slander.
When?
Big Dave getting the standing 8 count.
Will, to borrow your phrase, pump your brakes. When did you see this?
And the first one is a Christmas movie.
It
Thank
is.
you. Yes,
absolutely
it is.
right.
The first one is clearly the best one. Anyone who thinks other. So I will listen to an argument for Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Boom.
Because Samuel L.
Boom.
Oh,
I will listen to that argument.
Boom. That's the best. Die Hard 3 is the best.
No, number 1.
Hear my argument out then. It is the best one.
I mean, it's got the best line
You bring
of all
Zeus
of
up
them.
in there?
Yippee-ki-yay.
That's in all of them.
Yeah, but that's where it started.
It is the origin of that iconic line of cinema.
That's true.
Is the first one.
I mean, and
plus Zeus up in there.
Plus the dumbass that was like, Booby, come on.
Boom.
Boom.
Booby. Also, I mean, as far as like action movie bad guys go, Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber,
I
baby.
mean,
Hans
look.
Gruber.
It's hard to be Hans Gruber. And dude, shout out to Jeremy Irons in Die Hard with a Vengeance because he's no slouch. As the villain in that one.
Outstanding villain. Sent you on a wild goose chase around New York. Sent you to the Yankee Stadium, for God's sakes, dog. Had you doing math problems. Like this dude with a bomb on a train at the same time. And then involved the schools with it. And how smooth was it when they loaded up all the gold bars and just drove into traffic with everyone else?
So good.
Bro. Die Hard 3, bro.
So good. Die
Hard with a vengeance. Let's get it.
Also, I just like an iconic bad guy because he's also the voice of Scar in the OG Lion King.
He is.
Jeremy Irons. But I mean, Alan Rickman.
He was great. Alan Rickman was great.
Rickman. R.I.P.
And I liked it because that's who he was related to in Die Hard 3.
Mm-hmm.
That was their family members. So they played back into it.
You
so
know,
it gave you bits of one.
Reginald Val Johnson is his go-to sidekick in the first one.
Correct.
And then also, reappears in the second one, a.k.a. Carl Winslow. Absolute legend. But as a sidekick, I think Samuel L. tops that.
Oh, yeah, man. Because he wasn't taking no guff.
And it started in a, like, I hate you too relationship. And then it grew into a partnership.
Correct, man. It was the best. I loved every second of it. I thought it was great. Samuel L. was just on a whole nother level in that one, man. His name was Zeus, for goodness sake.
Freaking Zeus.
Like, yeah, you mean like, hey, Zeus? No, like Greek god. Like, how shove a thunderbolt up your ass? Zeus. He was the best, though.
Die Hard 2, a.k.a. Die Harder. Not great.
Not great.
Like, the supporting cast, the villains, the sidekick characters, it was just kind of like splashed together.
It's true.
Die Hard 4, low-key, I think, underappreciated.
Okay, explain.
Okay, Timothy Olyphant, great villain.
Okay.
Phenomenal actor. Y'all watch Justified? He's incredible.
Yeah.
Also, as his, like, nerdy, techie guy who, like, kind of is, like, trying to flirt with John McCain's daughter and not doing a very good job, Justin Long, I think, is an incredible character actor.
He was solid.
Justin Long is great. He's great in that film.
I agree.
It's nowhere near 1 or 3, but it's a good rewatchable movie.
It was the movie that turned like Bruce Willis into like the unkillable superhero kind of thing. So that's what Die Hard 4 was. It was Fast and Furious.
Who launched cop cars and helicopters.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah, I went to the theater and saw that. I was like,
Die Hard 5 unwatchable. And that is coming from a huge diehard fan. Unwatchable.
They were leaning into the greatness of the mystique of what Bruce Willis was in that movie. They leaned really, really hard into it. It was entertaining from a things exploding kind of situation. Like, hey, you're my dad. Hey, I'm your son. Let's kill everyone. Like, but yeah, it was cool. It was all right. What do you feel, Will? What are your opinions on Die Hard? Your favorite? Is it one for you?
Yes.
Okay. And it's a Christmas movie? Oh. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie, Will Perdue? Wow. Yeah, Will Perdue.
I can honestly say I've gone back and forth. I've said yes. I've said no.
Okay. There's only one answer here in CHGO that you can go with, man. It's only one. Katie's already said it. Matt
But I look at it. Is it a Christmas movie? No, but I look at it as a Christmas movie because of how it's the time at which it was set and done.
The setting of the movie is a Christmas party. How is that not a Christmas movie?
When I think of a Christmas movie, I think of Chevy Chase.
Well, sure. There's more than one Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Die Hard's the best one. Also, shout out to Home Alone and Home Alone 2, which is essentially Die Hard for kids.
Oh, whoa. He's got a point there. Oh, the Wet Bandits.
Yeah.
Shout out Sticky Bandits as well.
Oh, the Sticky Bandits.
Wait, Katie's got to take.
You filthy animal.
I was going to change the subject.
Oh,
Are we still on this?
Go ahead. No.
Okay.
I also shout out to Chase and Ashton because I was about to say the same thing. Welcome to CHGO Die Hard. That is the name of this podcast now. At least until we play the Pistons again tomorrow.
I have decided that since we're all under emotional distress,
say it again.
I will allow a tankathon spin.
All right.
Wow.
I just want to be clear. Do not mistake my kindness for weakness.
Oh my God.
Because it will not happen again.
Damn.
Wow.
Do not mistake kindness for weakness.
You asked that question at the pregame?
What's that?
About Katie?
Oh, yeah.
About being crazy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was just a very clear, firm statement.
Do not mistake.
I'm not
Are you trying to call me a B word right now?
No, I'm not.
Because you brought that one out in pregame too.
You did do that, Will.
Yeah, but I said you have a choice. I
Okay.
like the little crazy.
Yeah, I went with crazy for
Yeah.
sure.
No, I'm crazy. I'll admit that.
Yeah, well,
Also,
it's all facts.
shout out to Lars Dello in the comments earlier who said going from Joey to Katie is like Joe Montana to Steve Young. I love that
Oh,
comparison.
that's brilliant.
Love it.
Hey, that's brilliant.
Love it.
I like that.
All right, because Katie's nice, she's
That's
going to let
brilliant.
us do a tankathon spin.
Okay.
Make sure we get up to that 200 before we sign off for the
You
night.
better do it, guys.
How we feeling? I'm feeling good.
I'm always feeling good.
After a 40-point loss,
Yeah.
put us in that one slot, Katie.
Slide it up. Slap them.
Slide it up.
Slide it up.
I reset as always.
Reset. She likes to reset.
And here we go.
Here we go. Tim. Oh,
Number
we dropped the slot to 9.
Number 9.
That's not what you want. That's not what you're looking
what
for.
happens when she did something nice? Y'all, this is for y'all,
It's
man.
because we didn't get to 200 first.
That's it.
You didn't earn it.
You didn't earn that,
You didn't
man.
earn the jump
She
into
will
the
never
top
do
4.
that again. See what y'all did. See what you did.
I just like think about the
Just
fact
be
that
very clear.
Okay.
Do not mistake.
her kindness
That is correct.
for weakness. Don't do it.
Will wants to fight today. Like that's where I've landed.
Hey. Knowing what we know Katie endured this past week,
Yeah.
there is no weakness anywhere.
No.
Only strength.
Or kindness. Now, how's she roll?
Just a little bit for a spin just now.
Scos, holidays, yes.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Man, could you imagine breaking down like a Nuggets win with a Joker 30-point triple-double like on an every other game basis?
Those guys don't know
How
pain.
the other half lives around here.
Y'all don't know pain. Get out of here, man. We don't respect that. Y'all don't
Talking
know
about
pain.
Die Hard and a 40-point loss.
That's what Adam Mars was like when we went off. He was like, man, what are those guys going to talk about? And I'm just over here thinking like, dude, we've been talking about it since we got together.
Welcome to the party, pal.
This is all me and Bando, baby. You feel me? The Die Hard references are off the chain.
I think we need to end on that.
That's it.
That was really good.
You got approval from Will Perdue. The Die Hard references got Will Perdue.
It was right there.
There it is. It's right there. He grabbed it, slammed it. 2 points.
Follow our guy, Will the Goat, Will _ Gottlieb, read his stuff, allchgo.com. Follow Uncle Will, 4-time champ, Will _ Perdue 32. Big Dave is at BAWL Sports. I'm Bulls _ Peck. We are CHGO _ Bulls. And that is the one and only queen of the controls, the one and only Katie Duffy.
Steve Young.
Parentheses, a.k.a. Steve Young. Shout out to our guy, Joey, hanging out in the chat tonight. Shout out, I saw our guy Briscoe was in there, Colin Calling, Jeff Cook, all you regulars, Lars, Rob, Andrew, Alex, Johnny Pigeon. Appreciate seeing all of you. Thanks, everybody, for the super chats. Agent Michael Scarn. Get to work.
Get to work.
You got a list of names and it's getting longer. We are back tomorrow night, everybody. Winter storms coming to Chicago. We might be doing our postgame remote tomorrow night, hiding from the winters. But we will be here.
We will be
for
doing
Bulls Pistons tomorrow night. Until then, see Red be good.
Joey Spathis. Love you, bro. Peace.
40 burger.
We all silly like the mayor.